So you've heard from a college coach. First of all, congratulations. You're much further ahead than a lot of people ever get in the recruiting process. So you're probably thinking, now what do I do? How do I respond to this college coach? So I'm going to lay out for you 3 steps to make sure that you follow when responding to college coaches. The first thing you want to do is record it on your college contacts tab on your profile. The reason why this is important is this is your place to keep track of all the schools that have reached out to you, when they reached out to you, and what they said. Hopefully you're going to hear from a lot more college coaches, so this will be an easy way to keep track of everything in one place. The other reason that's really important is that when you log it in under your college contacts, your Student Athlete World College Recruiting Advisor will get a notification that that school reached out to you, and then they can go back, contact that school, and help you along in that process. If you don't record it in there, they won't get that notification. Now that tab is only visible for you and the Student Athlete World staff. Nobody else can see that. So make sure you record it on your college contacts. The second thing you want to do after a college coach reaches out to you is don't play detective. And here's what I mean by that. It's very common for our clients to get the letter from the college coach or the email or whatever it might be and play detective and try to figure out what they meant. So a scenario would be they say, well, this just looks like a form letter, or this just looks like a camp invite, so this is garbage, this doesn't matter, they don't want me and I'm not following up with it. Or they do the opposite and they say, well, he really reached out and it looks really personal and they must really want me. The bottom line is, at this point in the process, you just don't know. You just don't know from reading it. There's no way to tell how serious the college coach is in you because it's just the beginning of the process. Let me explain that a little further. So the letter that you think maybe is camp invite or garbage or not personal, they're not interested, well, maybe that college coach has a recruiting system where every contact they get, they do a thorough analysis and they watch the video and they really look at, and maybe only 10% of the profiles that come across their desk, that they actually reach out to that person and invite them to camp. Now, you might be right. On the other hand, maybe every single email they get gets a camp invite. Again, the point is you don't know yet. Now, the letter that looks really personal and you feel like, you know, when you play detective, you feel like, oh, they really want me. Well, again, maybe this college coach has a system that's automated and they can send an automated letter to you that has mail merge capabilities, and it looks really cool, but really it was just one click of a button and then you got this automated system. You have to keep in mind that all college coaches are different. Some of them are really good at technology. Some of them are terrible at technology. Some of the staffs have different resources. So one coach might be a head coach and he doesn't have any paid assistants that do any recruiting. He also teaches classes and he's also an assistant in another sport. Well, he doesn't have the time to maybe recruit the way that one of his rival coaches has 2 full-time assistants that are young guys that really know technology and they're super involved in recruiting, and maybe their philosophy on recruiting is that they're going to reach out with a handwritten letter to every single kid that contacts them. Again, none of this at this point matters. So don't play detective and don't try to figure out what the coach means or how much they want you or how serious they are, because they're not serious yet, because it's just the beginning of the process. So what you want to do is every single college that reaches out to you, you want to be serious about it. And you want to help that relationship move on to the next step and the step after that. Don't play detective on the first contact. So now that we've learned to record it and we've learned not to play detective, we obviously are going to respond. Respond to every single college coach that reaches out to you until you have multiple offers in writing from other colleges. Only at that point can you start to narrow down and start to not respond, or even start to tell coaches that you're not interested in their school. At this point, at the beginning of the process, you do not want to do that. You want to respond to every coach. You want to show interest in every school. So here's a few things you want to do to keep in mind when you do respond to that coach. The first thing is go to their website and do some research. So you want to get to know that coach and that school so that your response can be personal in nature. And that is the second point, respond personally. So make your response about them, not just about you. So yeah, of course you're going to say, hey, I'm a great player, this is my batting average, or this is how many points I scored. But you also want to tell the coach why you're interested in them. Here's why I like your school. I saw your facilities. I saw you guys won the conference last year. I saw you've been at the school for 20 years, and I'm really interested in playing for somebody who's gonna be there the whole time I'm there, or or whatever it is. Or I saw you have a really good criminal justice program, and I know you're in a city that's only 3 hours away from my home, and I'm really interested because of that. So give that coach a reason why you're interested in them. Don't just say, hey man, I want a scholarship, do you have any? Coaches get those type of responses from athletes all the time. What you are looking for in the process is you are looking for a coach to say, hey athlete, this is why I want you. Well, you know what? A lot of times the college coaches are looking for the same thing. They want an athlete to say, hey coach, I want to play at your school, not just I want to play at any school. Assuming you're a good fit for their school and have the talent and ability that they're looking for, that's going to help you stand out from the other athletes that aren't making it personal, aren't being specific and making it about them. So again, respond personally and make it about them, not just about you. So the third thing to keep in mind when you respond to the coach is to be thorough, but don't write a book. So when you're thorough, you are responding professionally, spelling matters, complete sentences matter. Leave the slang and the shorthand for communicating with your friends. College coaches don't have the time to talk to you in slang and shorthand. Be thorough. But at the same time, it doesn't mean you want to write a book. Leave the emotional stuff out. Leave the stuff about how much you love and are passionate about the sport. Leave that for the second or third or fourth communication with the college coach. They don't want a fluffy letter about your passions at this point. They just want to know that you're interested, why you're interested, and a little bit more to keep the process going. It is probably similar to what you would do on a first date. Let's not get into some of the deep stuff too early. Let's just get to know each other. Let's keep it professional, of course, but leave that stuff out early on. The next thing to keep in mind is ask for what you want. So if you want to visit the school, at the end of the letter that you're writing back to the college coach, say, I would love to come on a visit. I can do it on these days, or please let me know what days are best to come on a visit. If what you want is the college coach to watch your video and give some feedback, ask them for it. Don't just respond with, hey coach, I'm interested. Keep me in the loop. Because what's going to happen then is you're just going to get a generic letter another 3 months. Ask them for what you want. If what you want is some more detail or some more information about their team or their program, then ask them for that. But don't ask them for stuff that you can easily find on their website. Don't ask the coach for, hey, what city are you guys in, or what level do you play, or don't ask them for questions that can easily be found with simple research. Because all you're doing then is you're giving that coach a job, and you're giving them the duty of having to respond to you. You want to make the coach's job easy to respond to you. You don't want to give them duties. So ask them what they want. And then after you reach out to the college coach, the number 5 thing to do is to follow up. So if you reach out to them and ask them, to let them know about a visit, or have you get them to watch your video, and a week passes or 2 weeks pass and you haven't heard back, we'll follow back up and say, hey, thank you, for taking the time to reach out to me last week. I just wanted to follow up again. And you have to walk the line between proactive and pushy. So you don't want to be pushy and annoy the coach every day, but you do want to be proactive. Now, if you need some help and some guidance on what exactly to say to college coaches, there's 2 places where we have those templates pre-written for you. One of them is in the back of the book. So you should have a copy of our book, and in the back of that book, there's some great examples of what to write to college coaches. The other place you can find that is on the Soft Forms tab on your profile. We'll have some templates pre-written for you as far as what you want to say to college coaches. So, to recap for you, the 3 things you want to do when a college coach reaches out to you: record it in your college contacts, don't play detective, and then respond to the college coach. And remember all those key points we brought up when it comes to responding. Do some research first. Make it personal about the college coach. Be thorough, but not writing a book. Ask for what you want and follow up. If you do those things and continue to do those, you're going to have a great time. You're going to have great success navigating the recruiting process with that college coach. Thanks for watching and best of luck.